What's going on, Midas Extraordinary Men Podcast, man? Make sure you put a king in front of that. Let's go. And we gonna rock out with Shaq, man. He's touching on Smart Guy, going off on his co-host. So like always, we going in this raw, no chaser. So we finna get into it.
Welcome back. I'm Shaq. We got ourselves another video. We got another Smart Guy video. Smart Guy getting a heated debate with a co-host about clothes, technically.
You dress like shit.
The guy tried to call Smart out for wearing designer and everything like that, but Smart explains why he do what he do and why it shouldn't even be a thing that we're talking about this.
You need some napkins, you feel me?
Man, what the f is you talking about?
Was that? I'm sorry, man.
Remember, Smart talks about black people problems and fixing them, or at least trying to come up with a solution for black problems. But the guy tries to call Smart out, and we're gonna see how this turns out. I'm willing to bet don't turn out very well. I'm willing to bet.
I'd buy that for $1.
But hold up, you just hitting this video and hit your like button, hit subscribe, hit notification bell. In the comment section, give me a thumbs up or a heart, just to let me know that it's real. But let's waste no more time. Let's roll the clip.
Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that dude, right?
I learned from that. I'm not advocating for them. This happened to us in America. This is still happening to us now.
This happened to us in Africa as well.
This is still happening to us now today in America, right? So when you see these things happen, what should the response be? Well, my response is, I'm not here to advocate for nobody but black people. I'm not here to forgive the oppressor. I'm not here to forgive the colonizer. I'm not here to be friends with the white man. I don't support homosexuality. I'm not a part of LGBT whatever. Okay? I'm not.
You say that, Smart, but
Yeah.
you got on Louis Vuitton. That
What
is
do you mean?
not. That is.
What do you mean? I got on.
You
on.
advertising for blacks, but that is from my.
This is one of the, and I'm gonna humor you, right? Because I can tell you're uninformed and you don't know me the way you're speaking, right? So let me inform you, my dear brother.
Inform me.
The reason why I'm wearing this is because I got to be relatable. I can't lose my audience. So this is why I'm wearing it. You can have on a dashiki. There's brothers that have on dashikis, right? That dress what you feel should be whatever the fuck you're saying, and they're the worst kind of black men on the planet. I dress this way so I'm not disconnected from the kids on the curb. So this is what I'm doing, but I'm outside. Listen.
You can't do that with black-owned businesses.
What do you mean?
You can't do that with black-owned.
How you listen?
Because you have a
when
light
people
to you.
say that, when people say that, right?
And he's absolutely right. Like, you have to put yourself in the mind state of the people that you're trying to reach and talk to. You got to look like them. You got to be able to speak the language that they speak in order to reach them, in order to try to convey your message to them properly, for them to get what you're trying to say. A dude that's on the block doing what he doing don't want to hear what somebody in the dashiki got to say. I can care less. But somebody pulling up fresh, clean, I'm a shorty on the block, I'm trying to get my coins, you know what I'm saying, whatever, trying to get my package up. And he come through, he got on the LV, he got on the Timbos, you know, he got on the nice fit, the nice fitted going on, clean. He got the bedazzled watch going on, clean. Somebody that's in that mindset is more prone to listen to somebody like that over somebody in a dashiki, over somebody pulling up in a shirt and tie. That's not where they mentally at. You got to meet them where they at. Pull them up. Show them different stuff. Let's get it.
Right? I don't want to do it that way.
Sure, well.
It's
just leave it at that.
disconnected. That is not even a real thing. When people say that those are the ones who are disconnected. If you come up to a kid in the hood, right, and you got a dashiki on, I don't know your audience. I know my audience. When I'm dressed like this, they listen. They jacking me. And guess what? The older ones are listening too, and they're jacking me.
And that's contradicting.
This
though.
is no.
It's not actually contradicting at all. If your goal is to get this group of people to listen to you, so you have to look like them before they start listening to you, makes sense. Smart has an agenda, which is to get black people to listen. We're going one step at a time. Don't worry about the clothes I'm wearing. I'm only wearing this to make you listen to me. Don't care if it's made by white people. Don't care about none of that. I just need you to listen. If this is gonna open your ears up to listen, That's all I want. That's what I want. I want you to listen to me so you fix yourself. I'm not finna go put on a dashiki. I'm not finna go put on whatever you expect me to put on, where I put my hands up and say, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm bliggity, bliggity, and I'm black, y'all. It shows it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Right now, the women listen to Megan Thee Stallion and they listen to Beyonce and them. They listening to what they're saying. The younger men, they're not listening to Farrakhan. That's Muslims. He's talking about the ones who aren't like this. So it's not contradicting. He understands what his audience is. He said it. He understands it. You just don't like it. That's what I heard. You just don't like that he's doing this.
No, it's not.
That is contradicting your message because
your clothes, whoever made that up, we don't own nothing in America. So listen what I'm trying to tell you.
True.
And I'm humoring you because I want you to understand my perspective on this.
Mm-hmm.
Say the first 5 letters in the alphabet.
A, B, C, D.
That's not your language. Don't speak, black man.
You said in the alphabet.
That's not your language. Don't speak.
You didn't say from Africa. It's 50.
Nah, it makes sense. It making sense. What he's saying is that if you want to be owned by black people, that's the only thing I'm supposed to be wearing, then you should just speak the language that blacks speak. But that's not your language. It makes sense. It makes sense.
1,500 different dialects in Africa.
Right.
So you can't tell me to speak. I never learned those.
You can't listen.
I only learned from here. I was born here.
I just did an interview. You're proving my point.
I was just about to say that. You are literally proving his point. This is what he's talking about. No identity. It don't exist. Our identity is Gucci, Louis, Timberland, Balenciaga. That's our identity. Anything ratchet. Anything that's going to put us in a negative light, that's our identity. We don't have our own language. This is what he's talking about.
Did an interview yesterday, right? And I had the same conversation with a sister, right? We don't have our own language.
Who don't have their own language?
We don't have our own language. A dialect is not a language. It's not. Listen, brother, take it. Listen.
I'm listening to you.
I don't want you to speak ill-informed.
Mm-hmm.
So just agree to disagree and do some due diligence so you understand what I'm saying is. A dialect is different from a language, okay? A dialect is not a language. We don't have our own language. It was taken from us, okay? So we're speaking the language of the people who colonized us. We don't produce nothing here in America. So when someone says, yo, we're black, what do you mean we're black? Because the mills that produce the fabric are not owned by us.
True.
The fashion houses that these so-called black designers get their blinks from are not owned by us. The white man pockets all that money anyway.
So why not highlight the ones that do? Like we produce our own in Africa as well.
So this is what I do. But when people, that's not even a real thing, right? When people be like, yo, so you wear Louis Vuitton. Okay, what does that mean? I'm less of a revolutionary because I wear Louis Vuitton?
No.
Listen. I kind of want to touch on that dialect because this is the second time I actually heard Smart mention that dialect is not a language. He's right. But what I want to do is I want to actually show you guys, which is why this had popped up the first time. I was trying to pull it up for y'all. I just want to give y'all what he's talking about. It's a particular form of a language. The easiest way that I can explain this, let's think about a car, okay? Or the car company. The car company will call that the language, and then the different versions of vehicles that they sell would be the dialect. The NBA will call that the language, and then the different teams within the NBA will be the dialect. It's different forms of a language. So I hope that made sense. I was trying to make it easy to understand exactly what a dialect is. It's just a form of a already established language. You know, slang would be a particular dialect of whatever language that you speak in.
So because a brother wears, first of all, because I wear black designers. If I like it, I'm rocking it. That's one. Number two, I gotta be
that makes sense.
Connected to the grassroots community. So I'm wearing this because when a kid that's young sees that, they're gonna listen to me because I look like them or what they aspire to be. Hold on.
You're saying it's identifiable.
So what happens is this.
Technically.
I speak at schools. I talk to kids, bro. I talk to real kids, bro. I got kids that come up to me and they don't say Louis Vuitton. You know what they say when they come up to me? How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you.
That's fire.
Because of the connectability. The problem with the older generation is they got this, it just sound good. Yo, why don't you buy black? The motherfucker that, what you mean a black designer, you mean a blank that you didn't make, that you printed your stupid logo on, that the textile, which is the fabric, you didn't produce.
It's cotton, not cotton. It's silk, not silk. It's wool, not wool.
That meant nothing, what you just said. Don't skate past what he just said. He is saying that if you're telling me that I can't wear this thing because it wasn't made by black people, yours not made by black people. You just put a logo on it. What are you talking about? The language argument he made for you made sense because we don't have a language. So you using another person's language, he's not gonna attack you for that. We don't have textile companies or things that make wool, cashmere, and all these other things. We don't make these fabrics where we can make clothes out of. So when I put on something that's not black, you can't blame me for that because we don't have anybody who can create these things. Do you understand now, or are you just gonna talk? I hope you don't just skate past what he said like again. I hope you don't do that. It will really make me upset.
We could be, but
and to your point, Shaq, and to what Smart is basically saying as well, is that we just take a blank, which 9 times out of 10 is probably Gildan or Hanes or insert whatever blank t-shirt producing company here, not black owned, and we just slap our logo on it and push it out and promote it as a black owned brand on a white produced shirt. Now, this is not a black versus white versus who. This is not what this conversation is. Please do not take that as this type of conversation. We are just having a dialogue. And this guy right here, this gentleman right here, is being what I would like to call a PPM. That's a professional point misser. He is on purpose missing what Smart is trying to say, or what Smart is saying. He's doing it on purpose. He clearly understands what this man is saying. I cannot stand people. You clearly hear. Now let's go back to it. We're speaking the same language right now. Smart is speaking English. Sir, you speak English. You heard exactly what this man said. And you get exactly what this man is saying. You get it. You moving the goalposts and you think you eating, or you think that you one up in him when you say, well, ain't cashmere, ain't silk. That wasn't the point of the conversation. That was not the point. The point was we don't make it. Everything that you got on, this cap, this shirt, them shorts, them shoes, them socks, ain't none of that made by us. There isn't a single piece of clothing on you that's made by us. That's the argument.
But what I'm saying is,
the only reason you have on that design is because they made a name for themselves.
No,
a black.
The only reason I got a designer
made a name for himself too, and he possibly made
brother. The only reason I got a designer on See, you don't know me because I can tell how you speaking.
I'm not.
I don't give a fuck about none of this shit,
Listen,
bro.
I'm saying
the reason why I got designer.
The only reason why he has designer on based off what he said is because it relates to the younger people.
No, it's because the kid that's in the hood.
Here to advocate
the kid
for
that's
us.
in the hood, brother. This is what I'm advocating.
And the kids in the hood can look up to a black designer.
I'm advocating for it. That's
Virgil
not
is
a
the
real
most
thing.
celebrated black
the kids
designer.
don't care about that, bro.
No, one at a time. Like he gonna get his point, we gonna get our point. We talking.
You can't get your point if you both keep talking at the exact same time. Nobody can understand you. That's why it's one at a time. You don't even know how to have a conversation.
He has different perspective, which is cool. That's why I said it is what it is. When people you don't like, the kids don't connect to that. So I'm not about to force them into doing something. I know how I was.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, you're not telling me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing.
Right.
You can't tell me nothing. My daddy not in my life. I taught myself how to fight, ride a bike, drive a car, how to break down crack, bag up crack, how to fight in a cell, how to cut him up, how to get stabbed. No, like, bro, I done been through everything, homie, by myself. You gonna tell me?
Jesus Christ.
He's right. You can't really tell that person anything. It's very hard.
So I understand it because I was that. So when I'm wearing this, I know that this is the icebreaker. See, you give them a medicine without sugar, they never gonna eat it, bro. You gotta conceal it. You gotta be relatable. This is what they aspire to be. This is what, okay, cool. And then you bait and switch.
So it's a mask.
It's called bait and switch.
Okay.
It's not a mask. No.
Oh no.
And he's right, because I mean, think about it. Trying to get a kid to take medicine, for those that have kids, you know how difficult it is to try to get a child to take some medicine. Even if it tastes like bubble gum, even if it tastes like grape and strawberry, it's still difficult to get them to take the medicine. You know, you put it inside a juice box. You know, you cut a hole in the juice box and then you slip in the little cup that you pour the medicine in and use the straw. Like he's, you know what I'm saying, like your child is really drinking the juice. You know what I'm saying? You got to come up with these type of tactics to get your child to take the medicine, so to get them to feel better, you know? And again, once again, he's missing the point. He's being a professional point misser.
It's
as
not
soon as
a
you
mask.
said bait and switch, I understand.
It's not a mask.
As soon as
though.
you said bait and switch, I understand.
It's not a mask though, right? I don't, this is who I am, right? This is who I am. And I haven't seen a lot of black designers that got fly shit, to be honest with you, right? Because they buy blanks. They do logo, not cut and sew. And I do classes and courses.
And to be honest, you know, and only based off things that I've seen, the ones that do cut and sew, it's always, no, not dissing or nothing like that, but it's always African clothes. It's always that African style. Like it's never nothing like this. It's never nothing like this that's cut and sewn. It's never no sweater like this or nothing like that. So.
And I speak to black designers. I've helped black designers build businesses and make hundreds of thousands of dollars and then take a dime or get credit for it. I'm the one that told Dapper Dan he needs to build a fashion house in Harlem. And I gave him the whole blueprint for it.
You told Dapper Dan that? You told Dapper Dan.
Did I stutter? Like,
Did I stutter?
I know. Isn't Dapper Dan older than you? How can you tell Dapper Dan this?
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means.
What did his age have to do with anything? What did his age have to do with anything? You got to understand that we are in the information age. Dapper Dan didn't come up in the information age. The information age is happening right here, right now. So that means that the younger generation has access to information quicker, way faster, lightning speed. We can come into different opportunities and everything faster because of the information that we receive. We get it faster. Maybe able to put a plan together faster because of the information that we get. Even with Dapper Dan being in his older being in his older age or whatever, that don't mean that he knows everything. That don't mean that he stopped learning. You should never stop learning. Every single day. I don't care if you're 99 years old. You need to learn something. I don't care if you're 1,001. You should be learning something. Learning don't stop because you get old. Education don't stop because you get old. What type of sense does that make? Absolutely, an older person can learn something from a younger person. As a matter of fact, you have situations to where the older person will purposely put a younger person in place to either go after a particular career or go after a particular degree in something, to then bring back that information to the fold so they can utilize that information so they can continue to grow and build. Yes, you have people, families, organizations, or whatever that do that so they could stay fresh on the latest, newest innovations and the latest, newest laws and the latest, newest whatever. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That logically made no sense at all. Did you just say a younger person can't tell an older person information? How about we just go look up the Dapper Dan thing real quick? Hell, y'all know something I just found out? I can't find out Smart's age. How old is Smart? Maybe he having an interview that I never watched. But yeah, still, that man's point didn't make no sense. I can't believe he tried to act like a man that opened up a boutique in 1982 could not take advice from a younger person about doing this thing that helped black people. The logic don't connect at all.
Want me to tell you how? You asking the question?
Yes, please, tell me. Enlighten me. Enlighten me, please.
I'm gonna spend 2 more minutes on this section. We got to pivot off this, man. Listen, check it out. Is there a black fashion house?
Is there?
Let me ask you. You don't understand fashion. It's okay.
No, I trust me. I understand fashion very well.
So then
you understand fashion with that outfit on. Jordan 1s, Jordan shorts, a graphic tee, a red snapback. You understand fashion. You wearing athletic wear in a casual setting. Wearing active wear in a casual setting, you understand fashion. Are you sure? You could just say that I kind of got the gist of it. Be a little bit more giving in this conversation. Never mind.
Then you shouldn't ask the question like that. If you understood fashion, then you should know how I could tell Dapper Dan that, because there's no black fashion houses in existence. There's no black fashion houses in existence on a whole planet. There's no black mills. We have no textile companies. Period. None on the planet. So how could I not tell Dapper Dan that?
True.
We don't have no black sweatshops, no nothing. Okay? So we run everything through the Chinese, the Indians. We have nothing. Okay? So what I told Dapper Dan out my mouth is, bro, you can be the face of the first black fashion house so we could do it in Harlem. And I gave him the whole rundown from top to bottom. Pause. This is real shit, bro. Now, if you sell your soul, if you emasculate yourself, then you don't have the immunity that I have, because I didn't do it with man, I did it with God. I walk down the valley of the shadow of death, I fear what?
No evil.
Right. So I have a protection that most of these men in corporate America don't have, which brings me to the point that, and I wanted to pivot off it, but what I'm saying is this. For me, you gotta be relatable. I learned this from watching Muhammad Ali, right? He said, yo, I pull up in my Rolls Royce, I roll the window down, the kids is looking. When I say Assalamu alaikum, they say it back because I'm in a Rolls Royce, right? They're gonna get the benefits from their religion because I'm giving them inspiration. Muhammad Ali wasn't a boxer. You get it? He wasn't a boxer. Tupac wasn't a rapper. There's certain things that you have to be connected to your people. We are people of rhythms, pizzazz.
Okay, that makes sense. He's saying he wasn't a rapper and he wasn't a boxer. What he's saying is that they had a bigger purpose. This was just a way of getting to that purpose. I got it. I was thinking real hard, like, yes, they.
Yeah, so I definitely picked up on what he was saying right away. It's a conduit. It's a conduit. I did this, which allowed me access to do that. I did this, which allowed me access to do this. You know what I'm saying? All of these different avenues that we're doing, just like that LV he got on. That LV is a conduit that, like he said, it's an icebreaker that allows the younger generation that I'm talking to it gives me a little bit of authority. They look at me a certain way because I'm wearing these expensive clothes and they're going to listen to what I have to say. It garners respect. Would be greater if we could have had that black house, that black sweatshop or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that Smart is talking about building with Dapper Dan. Fantastic. We could have sent all of our designers over there, all of our black designers, all of our black clothing designers, to start submitting designs to start producing these clothes. Granted, it's not the typical, like I said, man, most of the stuff I've seen, it's always African related. So no diss. That's just what I see.
They were. I got it now.
Right? Like you can't just dashiki on, right on, brother. You might get going in the hood doing that. For real. You see my energy. You just met me today.
No,
you see me run on. You seen it in real time, right? Like,
right,
yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, right? So you gotta have this. Everybody don't have that, right? Je ne sais quoi, so to say, right? But what I try to teach people that want to lead our people, you have to understand the people you're leading. And you can't be so judgmental. There's a time and place. It's the difference between being judgmental and being critical. Being calculated and being a sellout. See? They know my body. They know small guy ain't no sellout. They know I ain't none of that. So everything I do is a rhyme and reason. Okay? So, but the point I'm trying to make is they weaponize, they weaponize welfare to strategically break down the black family structure and remove the black man out of the house.
Big screen. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think that guy knows about fashion. I think that guy.
Yeah, so that's the end of that. I'm gonna see if I could try to find the rest of that, because Smart was cooking and I want to get the rest of that. I definitely want to get the rest of that. But like I said, man, we go into these things raw, no chaser. So I had no idea what Shaq was gonna say, what Smart was gonna say. But man, he touched on a lot of fantastic topics, things that we need to talk about more, and not just talk about these things, but actually put a plan of action in place and move on these things. Okay, if we can put all of our money together to go shoot to a movie theater, to go check out Black Panther, then there is no reason why we can't put all of our money together and build something, and build that fabric, that textile sweatshop that he was talking about, you know, that clothing building he was talking about. Ain't no reason that we can't come together and do that and build up our own cities. You know, you got a Chinatown, you got a this town and a that town, but we don't have our town. So I don't know. It does get frustrating, especially when you have guys like that dude with the red hat on that is a professional point misser and try their best to finagle the conversation and sway the conversation by saying these type of statements or whatever to try to make it seem like he's saying something so smart and so calculated and so witty, and you come off more of an idiot than you would have just said nothing. So I'ma holler at y'all, man. I'm Midas. Make sure you put a king in front of that. Let's go. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.